How's it going, Helldivers? And today I really wanted to talk about something that honestly I never thought I would expect to be seen asked for, but I guess we got to talk about it. So apparently on Reddit, I saw some people talking about how we need basically skill-based matchmaking or level-based matchmaking because obviously when you play with people who may not be as good as others when in Super Helldive, the missions can be quite challenging. If not, they can fail. Everyone's been there. I've been there on stream with my amazing community. We've all had games where one person is eating up all the revives and they're dying a lot and the mission fails. I personally do not want to see anything related to a level-based matchmaking in Helldivers 2. As well as the idea of a level-based matchmaking system in Helldivers 2 is flawed on just a fundamental level. I don't know about you guys, but personally, as someone who's played with a lot of different people, I've seen level 150s max players who have everything maxed out play objectively worse than someone who's a level 60 who doesn't have everything and doesn't even have the difficulty unlocked. Okay? Level does not equate to skill in Helldivers. It just equates to how much time you have played the game, which is why also I think the level should be increased on the side, but that's besides the point. If you find yourself struggling consistently, even if it's not on the players, if you find yourself consistently struggling on a certain difficulty, there's two things that you should do. One, you should probably lower the difficulty because it seems like you're not prepared for it. Or two, if it really is the other players that are constantly causing your missions to fail, maybe just take like 5 seconds out of your day to ask them, like, what are they struggling with? And maybe help them and give them some advice. Or alter your playstyle a little bit, because remember, this is, or at least supposed to be, I know some people get mad when you say this, because, bro, to be honest, like, you know, the game has gotten a little easier, so you really don't have to play as a team, but this game is a team game. So if you see that one of your teammates are constantly getting shitted on, maybe you should adjust your solo every objective and solo the map playstyle to go assist them in some way. This game does not need a level-based matchmaking system. This game doesn't need any sort of skill-based matchmaking system. I do think they need to alter the ping on the map, because low-key waiting 30 seconds every ping to try to find a new set of SOS beacons or just people to play with is kind of annoying. That needs to get changed, but that is a far cry away and honestly just a completely different topic than asking for a skill-based matchmaking system. I hope no one else would want this. I really hope this idea doesn't get any kind of traction, if I'm being quite honest. And while I have no ill will towards the person or people who do ask for this stuff, I just do hope that the idea doesn't get any ground, because, like I said, you struggling because the team is bad or because you're bad doesn't mean that the rest of us need to have skill-based matchmaking systems, because what you think you're asking for is not what you really want. Because I just thought about this. What happens when the player bases are in their low pop areas? Like, you know, usually at the end of the day, for at least on NA, the pop gets like around 30,000 to 20,000. It's going to be borderline impossible for anyone to find a game. What happens then? What happens when you just buy the game? What happens if someone just bought the game right now who's like level 20 or level 15 and they have no one to play with besides their friends because there's a skill-based matchmaking system? What happens then? What happens when someone who's level 150, who's really good at the game, can't find a lobby or can't join a lobby because they're just not good? Skill-based matchmaking doesn't have a place, in my opinion, for a horde shooter, because this is like a PvE cooperative game that isn't. There's no one getting harmed in this, especially, like I said, if one of your teammates are bad, you should alter your playstyle to try to help them out, okay? That's just the truth of the matter. I feel like no one really wants to hear that, but I'm just speaking my truth, okay? Now, if you propose this idea, last thing I have to say is you have to face the wall, not my orders. I just was told by the Truth Enforcers that that's what you got to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a like, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about a skill-based matchmaking system in the game, and as well as if you're looking for a cool, sick, brain-rotted community to play Helldivers with, join the 2nd Liberation Battalion, where we spread managed democracy with the boys. Bye-bye.